Hey, thanks for stopping by, checking out the next video. So today Ollie and I are going to be working on getting the transom wood in the boat, in the Sea Nymph. If we take a look here, we've got the two pieces of wood that we completed for the transom with some stainless threaded inserts. Did have to change those out after I fiberglassed. The fiberglass got in on the, or the resin got in on the threads, and that made for a mess. But anyhow, so both of those are set. We've got penetrating resin in the wood. Like I said before, I like to do things overkill so we don't have to worry about ever doing it again. So the wood's got penetrating epoxy, and then it's got a layer of epoxy with CSM on top of that. Once this is bolted on, we will go ahead and put a thin layer of fiberglass mat on top of where the bolt ends are so water can't get back through there as well. We've got some stainless hardware. We've got some marine adhesive sealant 5200. We will put in the holes as well, even though they've been fiberglassed, and put around the perimeter of the wood where it hits the aluminum, just to make sure everything's sealed up best as possible. So Ollie's heading out to look for something. Where are you heading, Ollie? He'll be busy. So let's get on with this and see if we can get it wrapped up. It's supposed to be pretty warm today. I think it said 104. We're out here early this morning trying to get it done before things get crazy. Okay, so for starters, we'll go ahead and take our inboard piece. We're going to put two screws with a washer. I know we've already done this to make sure it fits, but I just want to make sure we're going to get it lined up okay. And if it's the holes that are already in the boat, that's a good thing. So now we'll take our 5200. This is side facing the boat. We will go ahead and put a nice bead around the edge. With this epoxy, I really don't foresee any water getting in anywhere. We'll put a glob in each hole as well as around it. Put the bolts back in. We're going to hang this on here just to get it out of the way for a second. Now we're going to do the same thing to the back plate that hangs off the back. So we'll hit each hole. I'll put a nice bead all the way around. Okay. Bring this to the back. Trying not to get glue all over me. Line up the first hole. Line up the second hole. Grab the handy dandy driver. I'll leave them a little loose till we get the others in. Okay, so we'll let this dry up. Inside turned out looking pretty good. Motor will clamp on from there on the inside. And on the back, we've got a couple lower bolts that are sticking through. Once this stuff sets up, we will cut those off. Probably give this whole back a scuff, the back of the wood, and lay one thin piece of CSM on there just to make sure it's totally waterproof where the bolts come through. And then, yeah, next we'll be putting some paint on the inside. So here we are after we got the transom wood put on. All the 5200 is dried. We got the bolts trimmed off that were longer than the wood. So we got those trimmed, and we got a good scuff put on the epoxy surface. We've got a trimmed up piece of fiberglass cloth we're going to go ahead and put on. Really, the only reason I'm doing this, again, probably a little overkill, but to make sure we don't get any water intrusion where the T-nuts or the bolts are coming through. So just a little assurance. Okay, So we've got our epoxy mixed up really good. Let it sit in the sun just a little bit to warm it just a touch. It helps thin it out just a little bit. Doesn't take much, but it does help. Yes, that'll probably be glued down tomorrow. So we'll take our brush, put a light coat on the wood, and then we will go ahead and put our cloth down. Putting the scuff on the surface here prior to doing this gives it a nice aggressive tooth for the mechanical bond between one layer of the epoxy and the other. So it should do us good. Take a piece of cloth, try to get it centered up. Usually I would have a pair of gloves on, but the gloves that I bought, they weren't the cheapest, but they weren't the most expensive either. And man, I don't know if it's the humidity, the sweat, whatever it is, but I could not get a pair to go on today without ripping. So I figured it will just be washing up with a little solvent after this. Pull this down just a little bit, make sure we're covering those T-nuts. Try to give it a, we're going to roll this in just a second, but trying to get some of the big air pockets that we might have in here off. Take a little bit more epoxy and we'll start giving it a coat. Doesn't take much with the cloth. We're really just looking to make it transparent. You don't want to float it off the surface, but you want to make sure there's enough there to hold it. Make sure we get enough around these T-nuts since it's not totally smooth. It fills in and seals it up good. The brush holds a lot of resin. Just keep doing a little dabbing around here. We'll get a couple, as you can see here, a couple glass threads that are hanging out of the cloth. We will go ahead and trim those up afterwards. It's not worth trying to fight with them when it's wet and flopping around. Looking good. It's already getting to be a hot one out here this morning. I forgot my shade hat. Definitely don't want to stay out here too long, but figured we'd try to get this done before things start getting hot. Yesterday it was too hot to even get the boat out, so the truck at one point showed 107. That's too hot for me. All the folks that want to live down south, west, it's all yours. You can keep it. We'll go ahead and give this bubble buster a roll. Just looking for any possible air. Make sure that the cloth is laying down flat. And like I said, we will trim these few glass hairs that are sticking up. Once it all dries, it'll sand right off, cut right off, and we'll be in good shape. This is looking good. Everything's laying down nice. We got a stray brush hair there, it looks like, but gotta be careful with this cloth. It doesn't take much to snag it. And if you snag it and pull it, then you got a whole nother issue. Okay, let me go wash my roller off and my hands, and then I'll show you. We got a nice little layup here. And outside of floor paint, this boat should be ready to go. Okay, so here's our layup. I got a little bit that dripped down here. We'll just take a little rag with acetone, get the epoxy off. Yeah, there's why I didn't want to do this. And there we have a pretty nice layup. We got all our T-nuts covered. We've got the fabric or the cloth down in there. Another layer of epoxy. We've got the previous layer scuffed so it'll attach well. We got these couple strings hanging down here that we will trim once they dry. And we will be ready to flip the boat, give it a scuff inside, throw some paint, and we will be ready to do a little fishing. Hey, just wanted to say thanks if you've stuck around this long. We've put the 2 videos out so far. Learning a lot as I try to edit these, but thanks for watching. Ollie's back there sniffing around looking for something. But yeah, we've got one more video probably on this Sea Nymph, and then we will wrap that up. We'll be moving on to, we've got the fiberglass rowboat, fishing boat from Garrett's house that was used as a planter and a house for a groundhog. So we'll be hitting that next. And then we've got one other project boat that we'll be getting into here shortly. Again, if you stuck around this long, please hit the like button. Give me a thumbs up. Make any comments. Please subscribe, and we will see where that takes us from here. But learning a lot with the editing of the videos, so bear with me. I'll try to keep getting a little bit better. And with that, again, I thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.